Greetings, greetings, family, near and far and wide, on planet, off planet, in the planet. Shambhala.
Shambhala.
You don't know how it goes already. Your nature's agreeable, step forward. Disagreeable, step back. Going on, no more time for that. Come in, my youth.
And yeah, we're back with Ladycrowne, and we don't stay down, we stay up, and we don't chat pop. But it is real talk, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do I want to do, fam?
It is real talk.
Episode 100.
Ooh.
We finally made it. I told you I was going to make it to 100. You know, the numbers that's aligned to the matrix, you know, that causes many tricks.
Ones and zeros.
The ones and zeros. You know? Beautiful day. Greetings to you all, you know. Send you all infinite blessings and abundance. And yeah, what you got to say to the people, damn.
Well, first and foremost, it is the 100th. How would you say it? 100. No, 100th.
100th. Oh, you're gonna.
You're not so proper.
Oh, you're gonna switch it up.
No, it's the 100th podcast that ST and I have done together. And those of you that have been on the journey from Quay,
from number 1,
big shouts out to you.
Shouts to you.
Oh, no, never left with. Do you know what I'm saying? Because there's just been some hardcore, even when them lick off the channel, two channels, it's like, can't find you, I'm trying to find you. You know I'm talking about Queen Michelle, innit? She never stopped.
I was about to say that as well.
She did not stop.
Shouts to Queen.
Put comments on, next minute she's gone there, the comments gone. She never stopped, 100% committed. And, you know, I mean, a true sister, you know what I'm saying, on the journey, the spiritual journey, you know, which is absolutely amazing. The ability for us to come together in terms of our connectivity through this kind of media platform, you know, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago, it wouldn't be possible. We'd have to kind of meet up, get pan boss train and all of them something there, when we can actually communicate like this and find your, you know, your soul brothers and sisters all over the world. I'm just going to say globe them because I don't know, is it flat, is it round, whatever, you get me. So big shout outs to all of you, you know, family, friends and soul family, you know, who've come together and supported us, you know what I'm saying. It's not about, I mean, we, you know, we would have probably had, I don't know, a couple 100,000 by now, but they didn't lick us off the way that they did because, you know, we was in Jamaica and all over the place, people really tapping in. But it's just one of those things, you know, when you don't control the media platform that you use, when you don't own it, you don't control it, and so you're at the mercy of you know, the likes of Google, and you know what, you will come up against them, exactly. But you know, the giant has to fall. There's always a David and Goliath moment, you know, and I think that's exactly what's happening in the world now. The David and Goliath, you know, the little people that must stand up and fight back, and there's more of us than there is of them. My youth.
Yeah. It's been a journey, I'd like to say. You know, the soul line's key, you know, because it aligns to the spiritual path that only the ones that have awakened are really on, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't realize that they're spiritual beings having a human experience. They believe that they're just this flesh body. And when you just believe that you're just this flesh body in your lower chakras, you know, your animal chakras, that's what I like to call it, in your lower centers. But when you rise up to your crown chakra, everything changes for you. And also, I just like to discuss this because Ladycrowne tapped me into this, you know, the laws of cause and effect. Because a lot of people, they are an effect of their past. So they're in a victim mind state. When really and truly you can be a cause of your future in this present moment by taking action, which will give you satisfaction, trust me, because we need to realize that we are creating our reality, so we can be the cause of greatness or the cause of great loss, great pain, great suffering, you know? And that's the difference between your higher chakras and your lower chakras as well. The lower chakras aren't bad, it's just that a lot of people use it in a bad way, because all of the chakras have they have a good they have a good way of giving you information and energy if you use it in the right way. Because your root chakra, even though Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about it being in fear, it being linked to fear and survival, it's also grounding as well. So it can ground you back to Mother Earth, keeping you centered. It depends on how you use it, innit? But when you rise to your higher chakras, yeah, so many things change for you, you know, because you literally go into your God essence, you know what I mean? This is why, you know, the 7th center is the Godhead, you know what I mean? You know, it's linked to the pineal gland. the brainstem, because people need to realize that you can raise your seed, especially for the man them out there. You can raise your seed to your brain. You know what I mean? Not busting out. You get me? Because when you're busting out, you're losing your life force energy. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be using that especially to, you know, co-create. You know what I mean? To impregnate women, not to just bust out. Because when you're busting out all the time, yeah, trust me, you're losing a lot. I remember you saying to me, 20 miles a day.
It's the equivalent to a man running 20 miles every time that he ejaculates. That's why your ejaculation would, you know, I mean, far better help you sustain yourself, keep yourself on the planet. That's why women tend to live longer than men, because, you know, when men don't go through rites of passion, don't fully understand what's going on in their bodies and who and what they truly are, they take on this matrix lifestyle, which is to be in their lower chakra regions, in that red area, and we know red's associated with sex and all of that kind of thing, you get what I'm saying? And so therefore man will have 3-4 women, and he might perform for all of them. Well, the idiot are dead, you get what I'm saying? You're getting a you know, 20-second, 30-second thrill, but you're actually losing your life. Because I mean, let's put it this way, if you're going to behave like that and you're in optimum level health, truly alkalined up your body, you won't want to do that anyway. But you replenish all of those nutrients that you're losing. And let's face it, most people are nutrient deficient, especially a lot of the young man, because they're not eating anything that's giving them any kind of nutrition. What they got on their side is youth, but that ain't all. You get what I'm saying? So you need to put back those minerals, the seed, master your bladder, all of them things there. So like STS said, it's not about busting out, it's busting in. You know what I'm saying? It's the ejaculation that sustains you, that takes you into that higher sense. Do you get what I'm saying? When you're procreating, then guess what? Bring forth the seed. It's just like you look at nature. I wouldn't go planting out all of these seeds that we got now, because they'll never come. There's a time for everything. And what they've done is taken you off your time. You get what I'm saying? Giving you their Gregorian calendar, giving you their culture, their way of life, and taking you off your time. Because even with the animals, they don't go screwing one another 24/7. You look good tonight, you know, puss. All right, no. There's a season for them. Because I used to have a dog, and trust me, a male dog, and when the bitches were in season, he would have howl like any wolf. One goat they go get. You get me? Get what I'm saying? It might look something. But that came as part of his nature. He wasn't out there every freaking night, but you know what I'm saying? Exactly. So why the higher man, the bigger man, bigger brain are behaving like that? Because you're sold sex from the day you're conceived. They sell it to sell they put it on in front of you, the car and a pair of shoes, everything. It's some woman draped half naked. You know what I mean? The music, it's all. What is it all geared to? Your lower nature. You feel like that?
Yeah, rise to your crown chakra, like Ladycrowne. You know, you have to make a great sacrifice, because the thing about it is, when you do this, it actually cause you pain for a bit, because you've been so programmed to just do the norm. So when you change your whole frequency set, trust me, I've gone through it. Like, it's not a joke, man. You have to have. I remember David Goggins saying that the only thing that changes your DNA is self-discipline. Simple as that. It's so simple, but yet effective. A lot of people, what I realize is that they live life complex, but if you live life simply, you can really live a great life. But because as humans, we're multi-dimensional beings with different people at the same time. It's mad, isn't it? So basically, people are living out like 7 different realities in one life, instead of just keeping it to one. You know what I mean? Unifying all your energy frequencies to one energy. A lot of people haven't done this. This is why so many people got so many issues, because they've got entities around them, and the entities are all doing different things. It's not a lie, did it? This is why I'm saying self-discipline. If you got self-discipline, then you can align your whole self to one entity, instead of having 7 different entities trying to do that, trying to do this. Like you were saying, a man trying to have 4, it's not going to work, because your life force energy is just getting spreaded out, and then you lose yourself in the process.
Exactly.
It's mad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work out for you then.
I mean, there are many cultures where, you know, the man will have more than one wife, but that man is able to provide for himself, for his family, for his wives, for his offspring. You know, have land, have
because he's in a position to
exactly
do so.
and there are naturally more females on the planet than there are males. So there is an imbalance there. Sometimes you're there with one man, and you find out say about somebody else, because some of the women them out there, you know what I'm saying, they can't find a fella. So sometimes then they say, something, all right, come check me on a Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I saw it go, you just have to talk the truth, because that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And then you got them pushing this, same sex kind of thing. Then you get perhaps some of the sisters then think, you know what, I'll go and look for another. But you're dead in out. Where's your offering going to come from? You go, I'll just adopt or I'll foster. Yeah, you can do all of those things. I foster cared for many, many years. Do you get what I'm saying? But it's the way that they move you away from who and what you are. And, the culture is that's why a lot of these marriages don't last. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's built on false hopes. The marriage is a contract between a man and a woman, but I don't see that as being a certificate that you sign, because we know when you register it, it's now made into a bond and traded on the stock market. Contract. But when you come together, a connection and a union, that is your marriage. You get what I'm saying? You can symbolize that with a ring or whatever you want to do, but you know what I'm saying? It's a work in progress. You're going to have your highs, you're going to have your lows, all sorts. There may be infidelity, all kind of things happen, but there's always a reason behind everything. But when we go, now he's cheated and she's cheated and I'm off. Well, guess what? That was a challenge that the universe presented you with. If you are meant to stay together, trust me, you'll stay together. If not, then you go your separate ways and learn from the mistakes that you both made. Because at the end of the day, that's what you should do at the end of a relationship. Have a look at, okay, what went well, what didn't go so well. Self-critique, you get what I'm saying? So you don't carry that whole heap of baggage into the next relationship, because that's what a lot of people tend to do. And then it's like, whoever comes into your life who truly wants to be with you, loves you, cares for you, all you want to do is beat them up for the guy that did the dirty on you, or the woman. You get what I'm saying? Because you bring the baggage with you.
Because a lot of people are living in the past.
Yeah.
Like I was discussing earlier, when you're the effect of your past, you're in a victim mind state.
Yeah.
You have to be, because you're not being present. You know what I mean? It's so key for us to realize that we need to work on ourselves. It's just that simple. I remember my mentor Ralph Smart saying about imposter syndrome. When people, I shouldn't be saying this. He said, listen, when you're coming from a place of love, speak how you feel. Simple as that. A lot of people, they don't speak how they feel, man. They speak from a program. You get me? And this is why we've got so much separation, even though a lot of us are together.
Yes.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
We've got separation, even though a lot of us are together. Think about that. It's because of the lack of internal connection between us. We live in an artificial, superficial world. So a lot of the substance is missing out of life, and that is coming back right now. You get me? Because trust me, the universe is pushing this divine light onto the world. Trust me, people are getting awakened every day.
Yeah.
Man, are like people that were fully programmed, like, yo, fam, I'm awake. Nah, you're mad. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing it. I'm doing this. Because, key thing here, this is what's so great about a man and a woman. It's their spirit. As soon as you give that man and the woman the right information, not all the time, but a lot of the time, they'll take action. Especially if it benefits them. They'll take action, because the spirit, when you push somebody in the corner and they've got nothing else to look for except for freedom, guess what happens? It activates their spirit. Trust me, it's not no joke at it. This is why so many things have turned around, you know what I mean, since 2-3 years ago, because the human spirit has activated.
No, absolutely.
The energy, the love energy, the energy of awareness, the energy of truth, the energy of facts have licked everyone's head top. So even the ones that were really programmed, they're like, you know what, I'm awake now, because it's right in front of my face all the time. I can't ignore it. And I remember David Icke saying, I'm going to leave it on this before I bring Ladycrowne back in, one thing you can't do in this life is unhear things.
Yep.
Leave it on that.
For real. Once you've heard it, you've heard it.
Trust me, it stays in your subconscious.
Yeah.
Real life.
Well, the young man that was killed in France last week. I mean, France is burning. They're, burning cars, houses, police, you name it. It's just, if you're not seeing it on your mainstream news, then you know why, because it's controlled, isn't it? I mean, but this is an ordinary traffic stop, yeah, and as a result of that, this young 17 years old lost his life. He was shot in the head by one of the police officers that was performing the traffic stop. But the whole place is on fire. You know, the whole world has become a melting pot. Let's face it, we're dispersed all over the planet. Yeah, and there's a lot of Algerians, Africans, you name it, all different kind of cultures in France, and there has been for many years. France was, Algeria was a colony of France. You know, when the Europeans came together and decided that they was going to divvy up Africa, and we'll have these countries and we'll have that. Oh no, that whatever. They divvied it up, colonialism and all the rest of it. That's why there's lots of French-speaking countries in Africa now, the continent of Africa now. So Algeria was one of those countries that was captured. So as a result of that, there's a lot of Algerians in France. You know, that doesn't mean that they should be discriminated against or treated any way differently. But we know that the system is set up in such a way that some people are going to find it more difficult to navigate the vessels than others, just purely based on their melanin content. Now, my thoughts and prayers go out to his family first and foremost. You know, but what always happens is that when his mother, his grandmother coming out and just appealing for peace, to stop what they're doing. But you'll always get your provocateurs when something like this happens that infiltrate, that come in. Because some of these guys riding around on motorcycles have got guns with live ammo in. Where did they come from? Do you get what I'm saying? So you'll always get somebody or group of whoever they are, some core group that will come in and disrupt it to the point where now hundreds of people have been injured. Police stations have been burning down, and they're destroying the area that they live in. They've not gone, no, well, we're going to go to the president's palace or whatever. No, where they live. And these people have got their little businesses that they're trying to just, rob Peter to pay Paul, keep their head above water. Now all of those have gone, It's senseless, because it's not going to bring this young man back. And what should happen is that obviously the police officer that shot him should be arrested and charged with murder, because he's an unarmed 17-year-old boy sat in a car, posed no threat to him whatsoever. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what should happen. But and what was really strange about this, whilst this was all happening and the place was on fire and all the rest of it, the President Macron was at an Elton John concert. Thinking, nobody blows that skirt. Yo, man's there popping his head away at an Elton John concert in Paris, and the whole of his country, well, so the whole of the country, but a big area was on fire. Guards on the army on the streets. I'm thinking, this is real crazy. But there's a prophet that died back in 2014 called Kim Clement, and he spoke about this day and this time and what would happen in terms of what we're seeing now. If you can find it on YouTube, I suggest you listen to it, because it's really poignant. And it did say, strange July. This is the month of July. We've got the so-called Independence Day coming up, 4th of July, but there's just something in the air. So just be mindful about where you're going, what you're doing, because whilst you're living your life innocently or trying to get by, just rob Peter to pay Paul, these people are planning all kind of craziness. Do you get what I'm saying? So where you don't have to go or be, don't. What you would normally do, carry on doing your thing, but just be mindful of where you are and what you're doing, because these people do absolutely everything and anything, and they are doing it. JP Morgan Chase, one of the biggest banks in America, all over the world they are, found 4 million, for accidentally deleting 47 million emails. Do you know what I said, STS?
Mm-hmm.
47 million emails they accidentally deleted. Come on. When you do going through emails and you just let me get rid of some of them, you go, oh God, I needed that one. You might delete one. Can you imagine 47? And guess what? £4 million fine. Oh, come on. You're having a laugh. 4 million is like, I don't know, 4 pence, something like that to them. And some of these emails contain subpoenas. So it's relating to, ongoing investigations and what have you. It just shows you who and what's really running the world if you don't already know. They also had to pay oh my God, 290 million, we're still a drop in the ocean, for let's say letting a certain man named Jeffrey Epstein, do whatever he did with regards to his account and putting money into their banks and doing what they normally do. Because, we all know what Jeffrey Epstein was involved in. That means that they must have known what was going off. Yeah? And I think to this day, Jamie denies that he's actually been to Epstein Island, but I think he has on more than one occasion. Now, it just shows you, until these bankers are arrested, charged, and imprisoned, we're going to continue to have this kind of setup whereby they can commit the most horrendous crimes, and all they get is a slap on the wrist and a little fine, because let's face it, that's nothing to them. If the ordinary man or woman on the streets did anything like that, listen, you can't even go into your bank now and go and draw out £1,000 without being questioned. What do you want it for? What are you going to do with it? Who did it? 101 questions. If you refuse to answer, they'll tell you that you can't have the money, and they'll send the police round to your yard to question you. Yeah? This is, you bust your ass, work your money, it goes directly in there, because let's face it, them days when man used to get wage packet done, and that's the reason why, so the banks could have control over your money, spend it how they freaking want, and leave you destitute. Now you can't get it. But big bankers like this can commit these crimes, and nobody goes to jail, and you can't go and get £1,000 out of your account. The bankers run the world. Wherever there's a central bank, they control your government. So when you see all these things happening, your government of all puppets, you go straight to the Bank of England. Cause them are run it, the Rothschild them. They're the ones that's making your life a misery. Let's face it, they ain't gonna worry. They ain't got to eat lab-grown meat. They can still have their venison and their veal, which is a little baby cow. They call it veal. And because they want the females for the production of the milk, that some of the boys, the little baby boys, they kill them when they're very, very young, and they call the meat veal, the most tender meat you could ever taste. That's what these people do. That's just part of their nature. You've also got Nigel Farage. Well, Nigel Farage, they've just decided that, we're going to give you notice and shut your bank. So his bank account's been closed down. Why? What's Nigel Farage done? Yeah, he pushed forward with the Brexit because he wanted us out of the European Union and all the rest of the things. But it just shows you, when they decide to make your life a misery and do whatever they want to do, you have no recourse. Because they've shut his bank accounts down. They did it with Neil McCoy Ward, I think, in a couple of his accounts he was talking about, that were just closed, couldn't get his money out. Because whenever the money goes into that bank, it now belongs to the bank. So it goes as a back payment, or however it goes in there. You carry it and put it in there, you're now a creditor for the bank, and they own your money. It belongs to them. You've gifted it to them. They now can determine how you get it back, or if you even get it back. Because if you've given a gift to somebody, they don't have to give it you back, They call it a deposit. It's not a deposit. DE means no. You're not putting anything there. And if you think you are, well, guess what? It belongs to us. You're now a creditor. This is a sick kind of system that we're living in. They have to be held accountable, and they have to go to jail. If they don't, this thing will continue. And now it's going to get even easier for them with the central bank digital currency. Because guess what? Everything's digital. Just press that button and you're gone. Deleted. Do you get what I'm saying? People, I think that's 11 o'clock.
Just about to say.
Yeah. It's time.
Master number.
It's a master number. And, more and more the universe is showing you what they put it right in front of your face. Before, people didn't hear, didn't see. Now it's right in front of your face. And whilst all this was happening with JP Morgan, I must say this. Guess what the distraction was? Yeah, the submersive. 24/7. I know, 4 minutes, got 40 hours of oxygen there, and then, and it's, and whilst all of that, and people looking at this PlayStation, handheld PlayStation console that they used to, that they used to, to navigate this submersive, while all your focus was there, these guys were being fined with this money for their ill-gotten gains. But it's not in the news. That's the control they have. They're powerful. They can use their money to buy out everything and then present you with what they want you to focus on. The riots in France, the submersive, everything else apart from what we need to be focused on, which is what they're doing. Yeah? Inflation. It is raging. But guess what? It's all your lot's fault. No. 2020, locked down the country. What did they do? Printed money like nobody's business. Gave it to their mates and gave you a little bit of crumb because you got furlough, like anybody who was in the army, because that's a term that you used when you're in the services and you're going on furlough. They give you a little money. And people got money for nothing. Guess what you're going to do now? Pay back that money. Pay back that money. They had billions and millions. They gave you, what, 20,000, 15,000, whatever it was. You are going to pay 4 or 5 times that because you already are in the shops. Right back now, your wages. If you're earning £10, you should be roughly earning 10, 20, 25, £30 an hour to meet with inflation. But you're not, and you're not going to. Insolvency, oh, it's coming. Houses going to be repossessed, oh, it's coming. All because they printed all that money and flooded it into the system and took what they took for themselves and left us with nothing. We're the ones, the taxpayers, the ordinary men and women are the ones that's going to pick up that bill. But I'm telling you now, there's going to be a lot of homeless people and people that are going to have to hand their keys back to the bank because they're coming for you. They're coming for you. Millions of people, regardless of what Rishi Wash is saying, and David and Jeremy Hunt, yeah, that lovely chancellor, yeah, regardless of what they're saying, they are coming for your property. And if you don't know how to stand in your power and protect it, then, as my mother would say, dog, yam your supper. You don't know you.
Okay. Yeah, like I like to say, just focus on yourself, focus on your life, focus on what's most important to you. You know what I mean? Then you can have real power over that. But as long as your focus is elsewhere, your energy will be elsewhere.
Yep.
You know, so key to harness your energy in this present moment, and stay focused. Key thing, because your focus is everything. Without your focus, you can't really manifest what you truly want to manifest.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's all I really got to say. It's number 100. Finally got there. Yeah. It's been a journey. It's been nearly 2 years now, and it's been a great journey. And yeah, that's all we really got to say, innit? You know what I mean? You got anything more to say to people then? I'm ready to wrap up and crack on with my exercises.
Yeah, man. We just have to give thanks.
Yeah, man.
Give thanks.
Yeah, man.
And, we're all here for a reason. Even if you don't understand what yours is, I'm sure
you'll find it out.
You'll find your way.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, live your life to the fullest, you know what I mean? And give thanks for every day. And just keep on your journey, because we're all on our own journeys. We will cross paths. We'll come together. We'll come together. We are. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's beautiful. It really is. I'll just give thanks for every day, for every blessing that's bestowed upon me. You know what I'm saying? I give thanks for. It's a beautiful world, beautiful life, beautiful people.
Beautiful people.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Shifting that frequency to a higher state.
Absolutely.
By giving thanks, gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you have a good attitude, baby.
Oh,
Trust
yes.
me.
Yes.
No
Yes.
joke
Yes.
out here.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a flip, no rehearsal, no script, no acting going on. And yeah, keep working on your mind, body, and soul in order to achieve your goals, because we're there with ya.
Spiritually.
You done know, bro and sis, stay bliss. STS and Ladycrowne, over and out. Peace and blessings.
Peace, my people. Have a strong day.
Strong week.